Well, my Kentucky Wildcats are stinking up the joint right now. I think there's, I don't know, 40 seconds or something left to play, which means it'll take, 6 hours by the time we run through 700 fouls. But if anybody happens to be watching that UK game as they stink the place up and you want to give me some score updates, feel free. I'm sure I'm going to be sad and I'll probably, but not surprised. Oh, playing terribly tonight they are. Emerald City Riz, hi to you. Nice to see you again. All right, guys, we have got a full slate of breaks tonight. And let's get to the right screen here. Okay, so this is kind of a rundown of what we're opening tonight. You can also see on here there's some notes about when things will ship approximately, and what happens if you don't pull anything, about the consolation card and when it would typically ship and all that stuff. So please take a moment to review that part. If you haven't read the listing description, it is also in the listing description. So here's the order we're in tonight, roughly. It's going to be the Onyx Preferred Players National Edition Autograph Baseball, the Icons Autograph Baseball. Then we will pick up the 2 boxes of Panini Elite Extra Edition Baseball. Then it will be the Game Day Greats Football Jersey, Black Gold Football, Triple Threads Football, Gold Standard Basketball, and then we wrap up with Donruss Basketball. So it's a lot of breaks, but most of them are pretty quick, other than the very last one, which is the Donruss Basketball. We'll also take a quick look at things coming up in the next 5 days, because someone always asks me that, and I never know the answer. So here is a quick look at the things that are already listed on eBay that we will be opening over the course of the next 5 days. And yeah, so now we're back. Now we're back getting ready to roll into what's coming up tonight. So first up is our 2017 Onyx Preferred Players National Edition Autograph Baseball. It's number 11. That means it's the 11th time we've broken it. That's what those little numbers are for. Our eBay end date was tonight, January the 20th. Our live stream schedule is also tonight, the 20th, starting at 10:15 Eastern. And one of these will go up before each and every break. So if this isn't your break, you will get a chance to see your name in lights when it's time for your break. You'll notice there are a few teams in here that say no hits not listed. Those are teams that literally have no opportunity to pull anything in this break, so they were not listed for sale on eBay. You'll also see a couple of teams there that say no bids buyback. And those are just unsold teams. They're orphans. Nobody loved them. Nobody wanted them. So if anything comes out, whoops, I got to change the focus. If anything comes out for one of those, it stays here with me. And autofocus is going off. You're going to see the background go out of focus. That is on purpose. So it'll all be okay. We'll be able to see our stuff up close and it won't be out of focus. So that's the deal. Rob71 Nova, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, back at ya. Hi, Scott. Hi, Paul. Looking for some Laurie Markkinen when we get down into the Donruss basketball. And Nicholas is on as well. All right, so here is our signature. And, anybody guess who that is? Because, can you read it? I can't. It's going to tell us. But sometimes I like to look at the signature first just to see if we can guess it. There's the Onyx authentication sticker, which will match up with the COA that we're about to take a look at here to see who this actually is. And it is Caleb Cowart. I said Coward. Caleb Cowart. And this second little authentication dealio there. Is he an angel? I want to say, let me find the checklist here and see if I can... Where are you? He is an angel. Look at that. I remembered one. How exciting for me. Okay, so the baseball is pulled for the Angels. And once again, remember, if you do not have your team pulled in this, you are entitled to a consolation card. It will typically ship with your next hit. If you want it shipped sooner, hit me up on eBay. We will take care of you. So let's get that. Well, maybe I can get that back in the box. All right. That's going to move us into another autograph baseball. Is coming up next, but it's Icons, which is some heavy hitters on that checklist. And I need to check one little thing here. I'm sorry, bear with me a hot second. I just realized there was something I needed to look at here. All right, I think we're back on track. So this is a 2017 Onyx Icons autograph baseball. You know what? I had a set of 3 of them on an inner case that I didn't even know I had, and I found it. So we're going to be breaking all 3 of them. And as before, the stuff that says no bids buyback, if it comes out for one of those teams, stays here with me. Otherwise, comes out for you, is going to head out the door in approximately 5 days. Anything that has completely free shipping goes out about once every 5 days. And this comes in a nice little wooden case. So I got to figure out, I guess, same thing. It's just got the little seal there. Except, how do I get through it without... Oh, all right, like that. Haha, see? Learn as I go, right? We learn as I go. Who had the Angels? Killswitch said. You know what? I'll look it up and tell you in just a second. We can go back and take a look at it because I don't remember Killswitch. But we will double back that way in a second. I just don't like to switch back to the spreadsheet once we have things open and out because I don't think it's a good idea. You know, once something's opened or in the process of being opened, I like to keep the camera on it until we're finished with it. So I can't read that one either, although it looks a little bit like Goose Gossage to me. That's who I'm thinking that it is, but let's find out if I'm right. Indeed, that is Mr. Goose Gossage on that ball, which we will roll over here. There is no, I mean, there is a checklist, but they don't list the teams on the checklist. I mean, Yankees, right? Goose Gossage, I'm pretty sure. But let's just roll over here to MLB.com and we will confirm that. Sometimes players also play for other teams that I don't remember. I spelled it wrong? That would be why. Can't spell it Goosage, can I? Well, I can, because I did, but I shouldn't have. Now it comes up as Rich. Well, nobody wants to see. Is that his real name? Was his real name Rich Gossage? And I've always only known him as Goose. I guess so. And did he ever play for any other team? I guess he did. Look at that. A bunch of teams. Okay. So White Sox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for the Yankees. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Padres. Okay, so it looks like we're still going Yankees. Oh, there's another Yankee down there. So yeah, we're definitely going Yankees on the Goose Gossage. And I learned something tonight because I did not know that his real name was Rich. Like all these years, I've never known that his real name was Rich Gossage. Isn't that weird? All right, so let's get this ball back in its little happy holder here. Ball, come on now. There we go. All right, ball back in the holder. Papers going back in with the ball. And we are done with that one. So let's get back to the spreadsheet. You wanted to see on the last one, right? You wanted to see who had the Angels on the break before it, which is right here, the Angels. Oh, it was you, Killswitch. That was your hit on the first one on the National Edition. And then, of course, the Yankees in this last break is Kid Dorsey. And that's going to bring us up to some Elite Extra Edition baseball. This is a couple of boxes of that. And it's actually one box of 2015 and one box of 2016 Elite Extra Edition. So we'll have to figure that out as we go along because I did one thing stupid. I normally list International and Team USA as their own bidding category. And I said in this, even in the description, it says Team USA and International has its own bidding category. And then guess what I did? I forgot to list the international and Team USA bidding category. Yeah, that's what I did. So, if anybody wants that category, let me know. And we will do it real quick here in chat. I'll just sell it out in chat. And if nobody does, then that's fine. I mean, I'm thinking if not, obviously I can just retain the Team USA and International out of here. But I meant to have that listed. I even said in the description what I was doing with it, and then did not manage to list it. So that was stupid. All right, Scott, you want it? Okay. Sounds good to me. What kind of price you think we ought to have on it, Scott? What do you think? I'm open to suggestion. While I'm getting all this stuff out of here. And I know you've already got stuff coming, Scott, so we wouldn't have to worry about shipping or any of that either. Well, now, Rob 71 Nova, you know I'm going to get more than $3 for it with International and Team USA on there. I like your spirit, though. I agree with you. I would try the same thing if it were me. So I'm on board with the idea, the thought behind it. All right. Well, I tell you what then, guys. I will just... I don't mind just keeping that category. So I'm the one who messed up and didn't get it listed. So I'm okay with just keeping the International and Team USA because it's just, you know, it's my fault anyway. It's just a 2-box break. I'm the one who messed it up and didn't list it. So I'm all right with that. Chances are there won't be that many in here anyway, I hope. Anyway, I hope there aren't. Rob says if I can hit him a Buffalo jersey, he'll give me an extra $20. Hey, I wish it worked like that, man. I wish I could wave a magic wand and say, hey, this is what we're going to pull tonight. But no, sadly. Sadly, I cannot. Oh, Scott, you're saying $4. I tell you what, man. If you make it, if you can make it $6, Scott, that will be all yours. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool. I understand. I will hang on to it because, as I said, I am the dummy that said I was going to list it, intended to list it, and then somehow managed to not list it. I really don't even know. I don't know what I did. Probably one of those nights. So, while I'm getting these out of the wrappers, you guys that bid with me a lot, you know my little stray kitty. I don't know why I keep calling him stray. He's been living here now for almost 2 months, so I guess he's now my kitty, because I haven't found him a home yet. And I've named him Monkey. And he's outrageously hyper. He's into everything. He's very mischievous. He causes all kinds of problems. So tonight, I come home from the grocery store, actually this afternoon, and I was carrying stuff in and setting it down and, you know, going out and carrying more in. Khalil Lee for the Kansas City Royals is first up. That is $2.99. And so some of it, you know how it goes when you're carrying in groceries, right? You set some on the floor, you set some on the counter, you know, just wherever. So I was setting it down, carrying in, and one of the trips I came back in, I found that Monkey had decided, I have to get out some other sleeves, to chew through one of the grocery bags and then through the plastic wrapper and was eating raw meat that I had just bought at the grocery store. Can you even believe? It was like, I've never in my life. Clint Frazier, here's a nice little hit for the Yankees. That is $2.49, Future Threads and Sticker Auto. And, of course, we're about to see his first rookie cards starting at the end of the month. Followed by Dietrich Ennis, or Enns. There's maybe no I in there, is there? It's not Ennis, it's just Enns. That is also a Sticker Auto.
Yeah, right. This is what I'm saying. That it's that he's eating raw meat out of the thing, and not only okay, well, that was bad, and it made me unhappy because then that was meat that I could not have for dinner. I'm like, what is this cat doing? Just chewing through the bag, chewing through the other packaging in a matter of less than 3 minutes. Yeah, just sitting there munching away. It was insane, insane. Joey Wentz. That is a sticker auto. It is die cut, number /25 for the Atlanta Braves. Oh, Scott, that's cool, man. We have a deal then. We are good. We are good. San Diego Cal Quantrill. I think all these pretty much are going to be. That actually is an on-card auto. Maybe one of the others was too that I said was a sticker. Let me look at Joey again. Yeah, Joey, I think, is too. They looked like they were stickers because of the weird shading that they have on there, but I guess they're really not. Oh, somebody hit a Tim Tebow, who got invited back to training camp again this year. This is Nick Senzel for my Cincinnati Reds, numbered /75. Thomas Jones /299, Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins again, Isaiah White. This one is numbered to, I think that, does that say 100? Yeah, 100. You know that my vision is, dicey at this exact range, so it needs to either be closer or farther for me to see it well. Gavin Lux. We have a little Dalton Jeffries college ticket, numbered /24. Looks like a little cracked ice there. And our collegiate, of course, that's going to fall into college tickets unless Dalton Jeffries is signed somewhere. It will go into the kind of lumped category of International and Team USA. This is Kyle Mueller for the Atlanta Braves. I'll have to check on Dalton Jeffries. If he's signed somewhere, it will go where he is signed. If he's not signed, it will go with Team USA group. This is /200, Baltimore. Anthony Greer for the D-backs. Paul is asking, how often do I break basketball cases? You know, we've broken a lot this year. It's just we're kind of in the middle of when the next group comes out, which is Wednesday. We have Chronicles basketball coming out, and we'll be breaking several cases of that. So a lot of times basketball by the case, it's just as it comes out, as it's released. A nice little Moncada and Rafael Devers. That's /75. And, of course, we've got two different teams on there. And, oh, no, we don't. Sorry, forgot. These are older cards when Moncada was still with the Red Sox. And he's designated Red Sox, so that just straight up goes Red Sox. I'm so used to him having moved to the White Sox that one caught me off guard. It's always going to go to the team that is noted on the card in the case of something like that. Dalton Jeffries. Scott says Dalton Jeffries was signed by Oakland. Okay, so if Dalton Jeffries is currently playing for Oakland, then that one goes to Oakland. Victor Robles. There is a nice hit for the Nats. His number is going to be called before long. He's going to be moving on up to the majors. That is not much of a signature, I will grant you, but it is a sticker auto, and Robles is a nice hit, and I think he's going to be pretty good once he gets up to the big dance. A little Lucius Fox hype insert for the Giants. This Elite Extra Edition, guys, this will most likely ship out the door to you on Tuesday. Of course, this is a paid shipping break, so it's on a different schedule than our free shipping breaks. Josh Hader for the Milwaukee Brewers, sticker auto. So I'm expecting Tuesday. Slight possibility that I can get it to you Monday, but I think probably Tuesday. Tanner Rainey, Cincinnati Reds. Oh, I got the wrong sleeve. Fiddle. I got the... Have to have the thick card sleeves out for the ones that have the relics, and I just tried to put that in the wrong thing. Julian Leon. And guys, I don't know if Julian Leon is an Angel or a Dodger. I'll have to look him up, obviously, before he ships as well. This is numbered 225, and it is LA, but I don't know Dodger or Angel for Julian Leon. Adolfo for Chicago White Sox, I believe. Again, we'll verify all these before they go out the door. That is 275. David Thompson, New York, I believe Mets, but we'll double check. We'll double check basically all those. Any that could be either of the Chicagos or either of the LAs or either of the New Yorks, I will obviously make sure that it's going to the right place before it goes out the door. So, Tyler J, that is just an insert. Kind of was expecting to see a signature on that. I don't know why. Brett Lilac for the Miami Marlins. Oh, Scott says Julian Leon is definitely an Angel. Okay. I really wasn't familiar with him, so I wasn't sure even a guess on that one. Mitchell Hansen. That is that on card? I think that's on card. Those weird little areas they used in this particular year of Elite makes it hard to tell if it's a sticker or an on card sometimes. Stephen Brault for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just saw a score alert go by that my Kentucky Wildcats got their tails beat in Rupp Arena, which, oh, I'm really not surprised. Our team is weird this year. Connor Olio, this is Team USA. So that little relic will be going off to Scott. Jace Fry. Jimmy says, you hit a sweet Trubisky Spectra RPA orange to 5. Oh, wrong sleeve again. That is nice. Congrats on that, Jimmy. That's really nice. And I know you love the biscuit, so I know you're over the moon about that one, to get another pack of sleeves out. And we're going to be breaking football in a minute, so it's okay. We can talk across sports. I do it all the time. Break one thing, talk about another. That's perfectly fine, and we're all happy to hear about nice hits. That is an excellent one. International Pride for Alfaro. Of course, International Pride, but it also says Philadelphia down there, so that one will go to the Phillies, even though because the card is technically not an international card. The international cards are the ones where it says the word international, where there would normally be a team name. All right, let's recap our hits here out of our 2-box break of 1516 Elite Extra Edition. We'll just kind of do a quick little buzz through here in case anybody missed it, or you're watching it on tape delay. If you're watching the recorded, uploaded version, I should say, then that way you can get a chance to look at it. And hey, I have a question for you guys. Someone sent me a message and said that they were trying to log in last night to participate in chat, but when they tried to log in, it kept asking them something about a channel. Now, it's been a really long time since I've had to set up a YouTube account or anything, and of course, from my side, when I'm logged in, I can see chat. If I'm not logged in, I can't. So I always just kind of say, hey, if you're not logged in, you cannot see chat. But apparently he was logged in and got that kind of message. Does anybody know what that is or what I can tell him about how to fix it so he can participate in chat? Anybody have any ideas? So we're just taking another quick look here. I know people jump in and out all the time. So here's what is coming up next. The football jersey, followed by the black gold football, triple threads football, the gold standard basketball, and then Donruss basketball. And while we're at it, we'll throw this up again super quickly, but just, again, because people jump in and out. Try to keep everybody on the same page. Oh, let me write this in here, too, because that's, oh, yes, typo. That's what I get for trying to reach across my giant 6-foot table here to get that on there. Yeah, probably should have stood up and done that. This brings us to 127 TriStar Game Day Greats autograph football jersey. This is break number 10, 10th time we have broken it. And Baltimore Ravens, of course, is the only team in here that didn't sell. It's noted as no bids buyback. And yeah, so if it comes out for the Ravens, well, I'd like to say it would stay here with me, but really it wouldn't because I'm such a huge Steelers fan. I couldn't really keep that Ravens jersey in my house in good conscience. I would have to, I'd have to send it on. My friend, one of my good friends, her family, she and her family are big Ravens fans. So if I pulled a Ravens jersey, I'd have to shoot it on down the road to Maryland and not let it fraternize with all of my Steelers gear. All right, this is, oh man. Check it out, some Doug Flutie. Yeah, when's the last time you pulled a Doug Flutie autographed anything? Yeah. And there is, oh, it's Beckett. It's already Beckett certified, so that is nice. There's your signature and your sweet little jersey. I guess there's no other, sometimes there's an extra authentication card. I'm assuming there's not in this one because you do have the Beckett sticker, and this is the only other paper that I see on it. So I'm going to put this in the package here with the jersey. So make sure that you find that when you get the jersey, that you look for that little card and don't lose it in there. I mean, I don't really think anybody would lose it in there, but I don't know. I just say that because it's kind of the measure once, cut twice. No, measure twice, cut once kind of philosophy. See how that happened there? That almost, yeah, I almost did that exactly backwards, but I didn't. So I caught it right at the last moment. This will bring us to a little black gold football. This is going to be 2016 Panini black gold football. This is break number 23, the 23rd time we have broken this, at least freestanding. Obviously, I don't count them as when they're mixed. You know, mixed breaks have their own set of numbers. And as everything else, this little auction ended tonight on eBay and is breaking tonight and etc. Okay, so let's get, where did I put black gold? I've got so much stuff tonight. I've got stuff kind of setting like everywhere. So some 2016 black gold. And you know what I happen to think about? Before we open the rest of this black gold, let me check something real quick. On that Doug Flutie, I want to make sure 1, 2, let's see, 4 years Chargers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4 Patriots. Is that right? I thought it was more of one than the other, but maybe it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Patriots. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Chargers. 3 for the Bills and 2 for the Bears. So it looks like maybe Chargers and Patriots are the exact same number of seasons. Is that right? Is that actually right? Huh. Did he wear a different number at one versus the other? Does anybody know that? Maybe I need to check that out. What number was he when he was with the Chargers? Huh. Because obviously if it's the same number of years, we've got to figure out how that's going to go. I really actually thought it was more with one than the other. But I guess it isn't. All right, well, let's do black gold, and then I'm going to go back to this Doug Flutie, and we are going to take another look at that after we do this black gold. Because if he's equal number of years both places, if he also had the same number both places, frankly, the color of the jersey doesn't match either one. It's a custom jersey. And really, that's not the Patriots colors nor the Chargers colors. That's kind of like a maroon colored jersey. So that wouldn't match either of them. So we're definitely going to have to revisit that in a moment. Oh, it could. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Could be the collegiate. Yeah, you might be right. We'll take it out and unfold it and look at it a little more closely after we sort through black gold here. I didn't think about the fact that it could be collegiate in there. Every card in black gold is numbered, even our base cards. This is to 225 for the Broncos with the Shannon Sharpe. We're going to find also in here that a number of these, most of these are probably going to have some edge and corner wear. It's just the nature of the beast. This is 225 Jim Kelly. A nice little quad card here. Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Christian Hackenberg, and Paxton Lynch to 249. So unless we have one person that owns 3 of the 4 of those teams, that will end up going to random. They've replaced one of our hits with a rewards point card, which is the first time I've really ever seen that happen out of black, but there you go. They did. So that will be going out by way of random. Cardale Jones for the Buffalo Bills. That is to 199. Gold Rush, Todd Gurley, 225 for the Rams. Terrell Pryor to 225 for the Browns. A little Connor Cook coming out for the Raiders. Quad memorabilia numbered 250. And you've got one piece of the football, one nice little 2-color patch, and then 2 monocolor patches on that. And why did I not put Cardale Jones in a sleeve? Because I think I was all thinking about our quad memorabilia up there. Jared Goff for the Rams. Gonna make somebody happy. Yeah, we are. That's to 99. Little metallic marks. Rookie hit for the Rams with the Jared Goff. Nice. Rashad Higgins. Definitely some chipping in particularly the upper left on that one. That is for the Browns. It is numbered to 225, and that was the wrong sleeve. Let's try that again. So we've got a couple of little things to deal with here. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a sleeve so that I can write on it in a minute. So here's what we're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the checklist, and we'll see if anybody owns 3 of the 4 of these teams. If they don't, we're going to go to random. And they will be entered in random from top to bottom, left to right. So it would go in as Rams, Broncos, Eagles, Jets, okay? And then I would run it through random 3 times. The first 2 wouldn't count. The third one would be would determine who exactly gets that card. But first things first, let's see if we've got anybody that owns 3 of the 4 teams. So here are the Rams. Where are my Broncos? Are here. Who is up next? The Eagles. The Eagles are here. So already I know we don't have anybody that can own 3 of the 4. So we might as well just buzz right on over to random. I know you're on the MLB page, but I'm going to fix that. It's so handy to have tabs. I've already forgotten who I said was in what corner. I have to look again. Okay, Rams. That's awful, isn't it? That's what happens. I get all busy doing something and then I forget the thing I was doing a half a second before. So, all right, first random doesn't count. Second does not count. Third and final will tell us. There it is, 3 times our date and time stamp. It is going to the Eagles. So our little quad card, I will show this again, is going to head off to the Carson Wentz Eagles spot. And of course, you know, on the sleeve, not on your card. That brings us to this little bad boy that replaced one of our hits. So everybody's in the mix for this. I'm going to bring you along with me while we once again go back to the spreadsheet. That is so I can copy and paste all of our teams. And this time, guys, we have 32 teams. So I don't see any reason at all to do random a whole bunch of times with 32 entries. I'm going to paste it in here. We'll do it once. The team that ends up on the top will be the team that gets the 250 rewards points. And it is also going to the Philadelphia Eagles. How's that for some luck, right? So if you have the Eagles in this break, go buy yourself a lottery ticket because random just awarded you 2 nice things and completely unexpected that they would both end up going to the same team yet. Huh? There we go. So, okay, so let's recap. Eagles with the 250 points. Eagles, that was by way of random. This also by way of random. This little quad card here headed to the Eagles as well. Then our nice Rashad Higgins for the Browns to 225. Our really nice Jared Goff to 99 metallic marks for the Rams. At least the Rams did not go home empty-handed, right? Cardale Jones for the Buffalo Bills. And Connor Cook for the Raiders. So it's more or less, I mean, aside from like Rashad Higgins, pretty much just a box of quarterbacks, right? I mean, pretty much. So that has black gold. Now we're going to come back over here to Doug Flutie. All right, we're back on Doug Flutie because I want to, we got to figure out where this is going to go because I really thought he played more years for one team than he did for another, but no, he did not. We had a couple that were tied. So if the jersey itself has a pro team name on it, it's going to go like that. If it doesn't, then it will go, we'll have to figure it out. Now that looks like a Redskins jersey, but he didn't play for the Redskins, did he? Did Doug Flutie ever play for the Redskins? I don't think so. Did I remember? Do you guys remember? Let's see. Let's go to NFL.com. Do I have that in here? I don't, but we can probably figure it out and make it happen. Now I've just got to get, let's see, did you come along with me? Yes, all right, good. So now, what am I going to find? How do you just do a player search on here, for goodness sakes? Somewhere, I guess, just like this. We'll just type it in, see what happens. I don't think Doug Flutie ever played for the Redskins that I remember, so maybe that is his college jersey. So nothing comes up when well, that comes up. I don't want that. I want, where do you find, I just want his stats. How do you find the stats on this NFL websites. Anybody know? Because this is not particularly, yeah, so I think that must be, what were the colors of Boston College? Let's look that up. Let's do that. Let's type in Boston College. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to random it between the two teams that he played for the longest, no matter what. But I would like to know, maybe this will happen. Oh, come on. I really just want to see what 22 was his number there. Okay, so it probably is his Boston College jersey. So then let's just put in, oh, that might have been better if I'd had a space in there. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that puts us back to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Patriots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 for the Bears, 3 for the Bills. Yeah, so we're going to have to random this, and 3 for the, wait a minute. Yeah, 4 for the Chargers, 4 for the Patriots. Okay, so we're going to have to go to random for the jersey between the Patriots and the Chargers. So let me get us back on the right tab here. And I guess we'll just do the same thing. We'll do it 3 times. And wherever we end up on the 3rd time between the Patriots and the Chargers, we'll end up with the Doug Flutie. All right, so first one doesn't count, second doesn't count, third and final tells us, and that is Patriots. So there's 3 times. There's our date and time stamp. That means the Doug Flutie jersey is headed to the Patriots. And of course, I took it all out and unfolded it, so now it's going to be like a map, and I'm going to have a devil of a time getting this thing folded back in the bag in a nice, pretty way. I mean, I'll get it back in there, but it's probably not, I'll have to do it later because that clearly was not right. But so it's not perfect, but I'm going to get it back in the bag, and it will, be okay. All right, so Doug Flutie for the Patriots, guys, by way of random. And thank you for bearing with me while we walked through that. Scott says hopefully that's the only win the Patriots have this weekend. Oh, that's not even very nice, man. Oh, goodness, I know. But we all have our teams we root for and our teams that we don't, right? That's how that goes. So next up is one box of 2013 Topps Triple Threads football. And this is break number 9. We haven't opened it in a while, but it's one that I like. And we'll open some more of it along the way as well. And of course, you know how I love to open 2013 stuff, so we'll definitely bust into some more triple threads besides just the one that we're doing tonight. I know I've got more around here. I have to get back in the groove and find time to get all the stuff listed. Oh, and you know what? Before I open that, just in case, because you know how it happens, somebody will fast forward just to this part and then they'll miss all the stuff they need to know, which is this. So triple threads, folks, there it is, there it is, there it is. Triple threads is such a nice set, period. I always look forward to opening it. Of course, these days we can only open it in baseball since Topps lost their NFL license after 2015, but I miss opening it in football. All right, so there's going to be some regular base cards in here. There will be some numbered base cards or some numbered cards in here. I just saw a redemption. So we know we're going to have a redemption as well. And this is numbered to 170 on the Jamal Charles. So the redemption, it's going to be expired, guys, but you do still want to redeem it into your account. This is to 320 on the Aaron Rodgers for the pack. And what happens is, if they still have the card, they will, well, actually, Topps is a little different than Panini. It may not let you redeem it into your account. I'm kind of used to giving the Panini speech. If you can't redeem it online for Topps, there's a number on the back of that card. Call that number, and usually they will help you manually put it in your account. They're not likely to still have the card, but they will substitute something for you most of the time, I think. This is to 27 on the Jordan Reed for the Redskins. At least that's been my experience with Topps, that they usually will substitute. Knile Davis to 75, that sticker auto and a relic for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is numbered to 99 on the Marshawn Lynch for the Seahawks. Michael Vick to 320 for the Eagles. Tom Brady for the Patriots. Percy Harvin for the Seahawks. Alfred Morris for the Redskins. For the Bengals, a little Giovanni Bernard to 75 relic. And our redemption is Kenny Stills. And Kenny Stills was what? Was he a Saint in 2013? I don't know if Topps, I don't think the Topps checklist goes back all the way to 2013, does it? And I so seldom pull redemptions out of triple threads, but let's just pop over here and we'll just pop over here and see if it does or not. If it does, that will answer our question. If it doesn't, we'll have to look it up. But I think Kenny Stills was a Saint in 2013, but we'll find out. So here's the part that I don't like, is you have to kind of you can't just go to it by year as you would maybe think that you could, or like you can on Panini. There's all this kind of weirdness that happens. So it looks like 2015 is the latest that's on there, because you saw what the last page was. There's no other pages on there, which means, since I don't know where the NFL player search was, I couldn't find it. We'll just do it like this, and it should give us the page on NFL for Kenny Stills. And then we'll just do it like this. Oh my goodness, I forgot to bring you along, didn't I? I was doing all that and I left you on the wrong screen. Yeah, that didn't help us any, did it? There we go. 2013 New Orleans Saints. Yeah, so that answers the question. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make 100% sure. So we'll go ahead and get that all ready to rock and roll, and then we'll recap this. Oh, Nicholas said he still didn't get a hit. I'm sorry, Nicholas. Are you in any of the basketball? Maybe we can get you rolling in basketball. All right, Giovanni Bernard to 75, Bengals. Knile Davis, Kansas City Chiefs to 75, sticker auto and relic. Jordan Reed to 27 for the Redskins. Our redemption, Kenny Stills for the Saints. And, of course, as you see, it did expire in November of 2016. Where's the phone number on here? There used to be one on here. Well, I don't see the phone number on here, but it's definitely on their website. I don't think it's going to let you redeem that on the Topps website. I think it's going to kick it back and tell you that it's expired. But if you call them, usually they'll tell you, go ahead and mail it in, and they'll tell you where to mail it. And then somebody on their side will manually add it to your account. And then once that happens, once it's on your account, of course, if they don't have the card any longer, you can request right on the website to have it replaced by, substitute a different card for it. So next up is going to be 2016-17 Gold Standard Basketball. That will be followed by the 2017-18 Donruss Basketball. So those are the two breaks that we have left. Both basketball coming up. And let's get back over to here. And let me make sure I brought you along. I think I did. Yes, I did bring you along this time. So, oh, Nicholas, you do not have anything in basketball. I'm sorry. That is a not cool thing. You know what? Remind me, Nicholas, next time you have, if you've got something shipping, remind me. I don't want you to go hitless for 2 nights in a row. I'll send you a little something extra. So you just remind me, all right? Oh, and Steven says that Topps won't redeem expired anymore. Really? They won't do, they won't let you substitute it or anything? Aww. Well, that's no good. I'm sorry to hear that. So I'm sorry whoever has the Saints then for Topps. I did not know that. It must be fairly new policy, or at least since I last had an expired one. So we're at 2016-17 Gold Standard Basketball. This is a 1-box break. It is break number 7. And yeah, so teams on the left winning, bidders across from it on the right. Well, and Nicholas, that does make sense. You're telling me Topps is probably running out of football that they can use for replacements. That does make sense, of course, since they've lost the football license. But I'm assuming you mean that they're not redeeming anything expired anymore, right? Like baseball or anything. Which, if that's the case, I do hate to hear that. I hope not everybody follows that pattern, because with things the way they are now, so many older products are still broken on a regular basis. And if they stop, I mean, Topps doesn't have a ton of redemption, so it's not as bad as if, say, Panini were to start doing that. Then that would be worse. I see a Panini rewards point in here, so we already know that one of our hits has been replaced in this with a rewards point. Oh, Steven says this is a 2018 policy with Topps. Nicholas, you out of here? All right, man. Well, take care. I will see you the next time. I'm sorry we didn't have any good luck for you tonight. And Steven said they wouldn't redeem a Chris Bryant rookie to 25. Oh, that is heartbreaking right there. That would make me very, very sad. Stanley Johnson to 79 for the Detroit Pistons. Everything in Gold Standard is also numbered. Cody Zeller, Hornets to 299. And guys, if you don't know this already, Gold Standard is not going to be a freestanding product this year. Thomas Robinson to 269 for the Lakers. The Big Cat, Karl Anthony Towns to 269 for the T-Wolves. Golden Trios, we have Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs, Tony Parker for the Spurs, and Manu Ginobili for the Spurs, numbered to 49. It's a nice little hit for the 3 of them. For the Sacramento Kings, Malachi Richardson, on-card auto, relic, numbered to 199. And then our rewards point, you know what's going to happen here. We're going to go back over to random because we're just living over there tonight. And we're going to award that to somebody because it replaced one of our hits. Oh, Nicholas, hey, no problem. On Wednesday night, I will remember that. If you hit it, I will remember that you are at work, and that'll be, that's all good. No worries. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. So, Gold Standard, not a freestanding release this year, which I'm super bummed about because I love some Gold Standard. And instead, it's going to be part of the Chronicles release that comes out on Wednesday of this upcoming week. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Chronicles, Limited, Brilliance, Momentum. I can't even remember how many more. There are a lot, though. Maybe 8 or more, anyway.
of releases that are not freestanding, and they're only going to be found in Chronicles. So it's like Chronicles was in baseball. There's a Chronicles base set, and then in addition to the base set, there will be inserts for all these other brands, and it'll be the only place you can find Gold Standard Basketball rookie cards are going to be in Chronicles for the current season. So Charlotte Hornets with our 250 rewards points out of Gold Standard here. So let's go ahead and get that labeled up. Jimmy Buchanan, you said that Topps sent you a consolation card for an expired redemption last summer. It was worth more than the original card. Yeah, I mean, Topps used to be so good about it. I did not know that was a new policy in 2018, and I hate to hear it. It's unfortunate. That Malachi Richardson for the Kings, and this nice little golden trios for the Spurs. And then, of course, the Hornets were awarded our 250 rewards points by way of random. And since we don't have very many, we'll go ahead and take a look at our numbered base cards again as well. And that has Gold Standard wrapped up. There is another Gold Standard break already listed on eBay. I think I've got, it's not a whole lot left on hand, but there's a little. There's 1 or 2 boxes left. And let's see, do I have it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where are you, Gold Standard? Oh, there we go. So Monday night, there's another one breaking right there on Monday night, along with Grand Reserve and some more Donruss basketball. And then, of course, to answer your question, if you're still on here, Paul, the case breaks will start right here. Wednesday night, that is a full case of Chronicles basketball. Thursday night is another full case of Chronicles basketball. So that's coming up. Another quick look at that. I know that's boring, but because so many people jump in and out, we got to put it up there a few times. This brings us to 2017-18 Donruss basketball with a typo in it. Let's try that again. Donruss basketball quarter case break. This is break number 4. We still have 1 break left. That's because I had 1 full case and then I had 5 loose boxes where I had split up a case with someone else. So that's why instead of just being 4 breaks, we have 5 quarter case breaks. So there's 1 left to go. That's the one that'll be Monday night. There are several things in here that say no bids buyback. You guys know by now what that means. Yeah, it's an orphan. It was unloved and unwanted, and then so it has to stay here with me since no one gave it a home. And goodness knows my little card mountain is getting high. I've got to get that thing sorted. I know, I do, I really do. So Donruss basketball, this break and Monday night is the last of it. I don't have any more beyond that. It says on the box here that we will find 1 autograph or memorabilia card per box, but really there's 1 of each. And every box I've opened, there has been 1 of each. So I don't know why in the world it says on the outside of the box that it is 1 or the other, because really it's both. Oh, Stephen, you're saying how much for the ones that had no bids? You talking about you want them all or priced out individually, or what are you thinking there? If you're talking about the whole group, obviously I would do a better price than if we're talking team by team kind of thing. And you've already got a package coming, I know, so I wouldn't have to worry about shipping either. I mean, obviously the shipping weight's going to go up, but it wouldn't be like there was nothing coming. Oh, you're talking just the one team? Basically same as it was on eBay, $5. I guess technically, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think because the starting bid was technically like $4.99, so $5 is the same. And oh, Jimmy, you want the rest? Well, let's go back into the. Oh, I can't really go back into the spreadsheet. I'll look at the spreadsheet, but I can't take you off of this view because I have cards open and out on the table. So, sorry to say, you're gonna have to look at that boring view for a minute while I switch over and I'll write down what teams we're talking about, Jimmy, so that I can tell you what else is left. So, all right. So it's the Nuggets, the Pacers, the Clippers, Grizzlies. I gotta scroll down. Where'd they go? Pelicans, of course, just got picked up, so Pelicans are already gone. Then the Magic, the Blazers. Is that it? Oh, and the Wizards. Okay, so let me count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7 of them, Jimmy, are left after Steven took the Pelicans. So are you looking then at all 7, Jimmy? If yes, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If yes, we can. I'll do a little better on the price if all 7 can go at once to you. Yeah. All right. Then how about if we do $30 all in, including the shipping, and you get all 7 of the ones that are left? Can you live with that? Paul is looking for some Bulls. I know you're looking for that Lauri Markkanen, and I've pulled some good Lauri Markkanen out of 2017-18 stuff. He shows up fairly often, so... All right, cool, Jimmy. If you have my email handy, you're welcome just to shoot it over by way of PayPal. If you don't, then I will send you a PayPal money request after we finish up with the break. All right, so let's look at this first box here, and there's going to be a lot of base cards in here, guys. So I kind of cut a path through those. If you want me to go slower, if I'm going too fast for you, let me know, and I will adjust it. We'll find a bunch of inserts to that particular insert, an All-Stars insert, and there is also going to be 1,000,001 cards going 1,000,001 directions, and at some point, I don't know, we may look at some of them upside down, just depending. Lauri Markkanen, there he is for the Bulls on a rated rookie card. I know that that's not exactly what you're looking for, but we're getting you there. It's a nice little Ben Simmons. Wishful thinking insert, Isaiah Thomas, and this is a good example to use. You'll see that it's a team designation of the Cavaliers because he's been traded, and says on the front, he's in a Celtics uniform, right? But over here, it says the date that he was traded to the Cavaliers. So it is actually a Cavaliers card, even though he's in a Celtics uniform. And we're going to find a handful of those because there's lots and lots of traded players. And most of the time, they're going to be like that. You're going to see the picture of them in their old uniform, but the correct team designation on the back of the card. So it's always going to go to the team that is indicated on the card itself. Another little insert, those retro series inserts. And of course, periodically, like I've done with all the other breaks, I'm going to pick up the stuff we've looked at and move it off to the right. There are a bunch of mats over there as well, because that's what I use for sorting. And I don't like my work area to get real full. There was a Dennis Smith Jr. rated rookie that went by, just a base one, but still. Is that numbered Stanley Johnson? No, I don't know why I thought it was. For some reason it looked like it would be. Okay, Jimmy, I will send you a PayPal money request after the end of the break then. Here's a little Davin Reed press proof to 299 for the Phoenix Suns. Some stuff I am putting in sleeves now. Some stuff will be put into sleeves after the fact so that we're not slowing down so much. I know those are upside down, guys, but seriously, you see how many times they change directions, and just flipping them back and forth is such a drag, really, because it just seems like extra handling of the cards to me, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why stupid Panini has to put them going 700 directions. Here's our first hit. It's out for the T-Wolves, and that is Justin Patton. It's a sticker auto Dominator insert, and I guess it is not numbered. I thought it might be, but I guess it is not. Checkerboard pattern, I think, on that. Oh, Steven, I'll send you a PayPal money request too then after the end of the break. That's no problem. That is easy to do, guys. Now, I will use, unless you tell me otherwise, I will use the email address that you have registered with eBay, because that is the easiest one for me to pull up and access. If that's not right and I should use a different one, then definitely let me know. But if the one that's registered for eBay will work, then you will be all set, and I'll hook you up at the end of the break with it. And thank you guys for picking up those extra teams. I appreciate you doing that. Keeps Card Mountain from toppling over and burying me under an avalanche. Because I mean, it's, oh my gosh, it is crazy. I went back to the hobby shop not too awfully long ago, a few days ago, and I was like, you got to sell me some more of those boxes. You know how you get the cardboard boxes, and you can get them with different numbers of rows, and I get the 3-row ones that hold 1,500 cards. That's to $99 for the Raptors. And every time I go, I think, I'll buy 3 or 4, and I'll think, oh yeah, I'm not going to need any more than that. I'm definitely not going to need any more than that. And I fill them up, and I have to go right back and get more the next time I'm there. And he just laughs at me. He's like, yeah, you're never going to get all those sorted, and you might as well just buy more to begin with. And yet hope springs eternal, and I do not. There's the Champ is here insert for the Mavericks. I saw Harry Giles go by a minute ago. I guess you saw the news. They've shut him down for the year. Of course, he's been out with that knee injury, and I think initially everybody thought we would get him back at some point this year, but it doesn't look like it. He is shut down and done. But did you see, what is that kid at Oklahoma? Trae Young, right? Isn't that his name, Trae Young? That kid went off for 48 points tonight. They still lost the game. Kid hits 48 points. Steph Curry press proof to 299 for the Golden State Warriors. I mean, for a collegiate player, that is a lot of points. A lot. And then the worst part is, I mean, the kid just feels awful because they still lost. He has like the game of his life, and his teammates don't even have his back enough that they end up winning the game. Well, I shouldn't say they don't have his back, but you know what I mean. They were not able to get the team over the edge. And man, I mean, that kid is a monster this year. He's been really good all year. George Hill for the Sacramento Kings. It's another one where he's in the jersey of his old team, but designated there for the Kings on the card itself. And like the other stuff, like the Elite Extra Edition Baseball that we were speaking about earlier during that break, I expect that these cards, this is a paid shipping break, of course, I expect that these are going to get out the door to you on Tuesday, most likely. It's always plus or minus a day, meaning it could possibly get out the door on Monday. It could possibly, a few of them slide into Wednesday, but I think most of them will be Tuesday. That's to $199. Klay Thompson press proof for the Warriors. And then I don't know what we're going to do or what I'm going to do or what anybody here around here is going to do about the Kentucky Wildcats this year. They're just stinking up the joint, man. They are so bad. Like, I don't even know how we were rated number 18. We're certainly not going to be now after losing to Florida at home in another disastrous game. They're just individually, they're all really good, but they are not playing together as a team. They are playing very selfishly and apparently get really insulted by coaching and such, which really kind of makes you wonder, why would you choose Kentucky if you don't like to be coached? Because, I mean, I don't think you have to have been coached by Cal before to know that you're going to be coached by Cal. I mean, all you have to do is watch a game. You can hear the guy screaming at him from across the arena. Hear him screaming at him from across town, probably. Plus, he tells them, when he's recruiting them, he'll tell them, I'm going to ride you hard. I'm going to make you better, but it's not going to be easy. I don't know what these kids are doing. Seth Greenberg, a couple days ago, he did just come out and say the UK kids this year are spoiled, entitled. He didn't use the word brats, but that was clearly the implication. Spoiled, entitled little brats. And, yeah, I think that that's pretty accurate, as a matter of fact. So we might be topping out at the round of 32 this year. Of course, we might top out at the round of 64 the way we've been playing. I don't know. It's bad. And normally I'd be upset about it, right? Because, I take my sports pretty seriously. Normally I'd be so mad that we're losing and all this. But something about this team, I haven't really totally bonded with them. Maybe that's kind of a weird word to use. But that's kind of how I feel about it. And a lot of other people I know feel the same way. So for whatever reason, well, A, it doesn't surprise me that we're losing this year. And B, it doesn't really bother me as much. It's like, yes, I'd like to win, but I don't really expect to. And there's nobody on the team that I really just think, oh, yeah, I'm really into following the career trajectory of XYZ. Just not feeling it this year. I keep thinking it's going to change, but so far it hasn't. So, I don't know. But meanwhile, we can all go watch Oklahoma and see Trae Young light it up, so that's fun. And we still have a tiny little bit of football left. Even though I'm so very sad that my Steelers are out of it. It will free up some time for me. I don't have to watch the other games as closely, so yeah, there's that. So the week ahead, we have got coming out on Wednesday, the Chronicles basketball that I talked about briefly earlier. If Chronicles is a new brand, Panini just rolled it out this year. It started with baseball. Gortat press proof to $1.99 for the Wizards. And it's pretty cool because in baseball there's lots of things that Panini didn't make. Spectra, Limited, Absolute, the list just kind of goes on. And all of those cards were in Chronicles baseball, as well as the Chronicles base set. I'm telling you all this for a reason, which is, if you go back and look at some of my other breaks, if you want to get a feel for what Chronicles is like, you could look at some of the baseball breaks that I have done with it. Dirk Nowitzki, Jersey Kings for the Mavericks. I don't really totally love the base card design for the Chronicles set. I mean, it's not my personal favorite. It's not horrible, but it's not my personal favorite. But I do like all of the things that go in it. I mean, there were some very nice looking cards and nice hits in baseball. I assume that basketball will have equally nice hits. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, Gold Standard is just really killing me this year, that it's not going to be a freestanding release. That's really bothering me because it has been in basketball consistently since maybe 2010. Was 2010 the first year? I think it was a Gold Standard in basketball. And I'm really going to miss it. I'm so bummed that it's not freestanding. And limited, and I kind of feel the same way. I don't like limited as much as I liked Gold Standard, but I still liked it. So we lose both of those, and then it'll be fun, though, to have Momentum and Brilliance and Titanium and some of those brands that we haven't seen in several years will be back. Rookie card designs in there, so that part's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, that comes out on Wednesday, and we will start breaking it Wednesday night. We'll be breaking that in full 10-box cases, at least the first few, and we'll see how that goes. Press proof to $2.99 Steph Curry for the Warriors. And as long as it breaks well, then we'll keep doing it in full cases. If it, for some reason, doesn't break super well, we might cut some back to half cases, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Bryce says he would be happy to share his alma mater Sooners with any of us. Okay, well, that is nice, because I at least do enjoy watching your rookie play this year. He is quite something, and I am most assuredly not enjoying watching my Kentucky Wildcats play this year. So yeah, I'll take you up on that. I'll definitely spend a little time watching Trey play for your Sooners. Oh yeah, he's definitely, I mean, I would imagine he is absolutely gone after 1 year. I mean, he is lighting it up. So I'm quite sure that he'll be headed to the pros. I think, didn't we recruit him? I think we did, and obviously we didn't get him, but I think we recruited him. But boy, we sure could use him this year too. Bad. Not a good team this year. Guess it's got to happen sometime. Gortat again, this to 99 for the Wizards. So the other thing coming out this week, aside from the Chronicles basketball, which I've got, I think, 4 or 5 cases coming of that. So we'll open it several different times. There's a little Lonzo Ball rookie insert. And it is limited football. That's the other thing coming out this next week. But it does not come out on Wednesday. For some odd reason, it comes out on Friday. And as far as I know, they haven't moved the date of that again. They have, I mean, they moved the release date for limited football 3 or 4 times. So it's always possible they've moved it again and I somehow was dozing off and missed it. But I don't think that they have. So your Chicago Bulls have a hit here, Paul, but it's not the hit you were looking for, at least not yet, because you want Lauri Markkanen. And what I found is Robin Lopez. But at least you're in the hunt here. Nice little Robin Lopez there with a sticker auto significant signatures as the card set, or the insert, I should say, on your Bulls hit there. Davin Reed, press proof to $2.99 for the Phoenix Suns. Oh, he's a hometown kid, you say. He went to oh, well, that would make sense why he would want to stay close to home then. I mean, if he went to school in Norman, Oklahoma, then yeah, I could see why he would want to stay close to home. And goodness knows, he's definitely the alpha dog on that team. He's by far the superior player. Not that Oklahoma doesn't have other good players. I mean, obviously they do, but he's definitely the man. We'll put it like that. So sometimes we can look ahead and already know who it is that we're going to be collecting next year. I think that's one of those cases where we can sit here right now and say, hey, guess what? We're all going to be chasing Trae Young rookie cards in a few months. So the other basketball release that I'm excited about this year is Contenders. We haven't had Contenders in basketball since 2012. It's been a long time. And we get it back this year. So I'm kind of psyched about that. It is not the same number of hits that we get in Contenders football. And my assumption is that that is simply because there are fewer basketball players than there are football players. You know, I mean, there's tons of football players because you got the defensive players, the offensive players you can do lots of stuff with. Basketball, you just got who you got. So it's either 2 or 3 autos, I think, in Contenders basketball, but that, of course, one to look forward to. And I imagine the card values will be quite good for Contenders because they're quite good for Contenders football. I would expect they'll be equally good for Contenders basketball. You are asking me if I will be getting Select Football and Contenders Optic next month. You bet I will. Be getting plenty of that. Eagles Adrian Fanatic, you are going to be so mad at me. I haven't even sent that stuff off yet. I know. Eagles Adrian Fanatic is interested in buying a Carson Wentz, a rookie that I need to send off and get graded. And then I got to decide what I'm going to do with it because I haven't really decided if I'm going to keep it, if I'm going to sell it, what I'm going to do with it. And part of it depends on how it comes back graded, you know, how high the grade is. And I keep saying I'm going to do it. And I actually got most of it together back, 3 or so weeks ago. I still had a few that I needed to get in the pile to go. And then I don't really know what happened. I just got Christmas came and then I got sick right after Christmas because my stupid sister brought home some bug that she swears I didn't catch from her, but I still say I did, and etc. And then the next thing you know, here we are in the middle of January. I still haven't sent it in yet. I know. It's terrible. And at this point, you know, everybody sends stuff in at the end of the year because Contenders and all that stuff comes out. So by the time I do get it sent in, you know I'm going to be waiting like 6 years to get it back. So, oh boy. I've just made it worse by waiting. I know. I really do have to get that done, but there's just so much stuff it seems like that I need to get done on any given day, and I just don't have enough hours in the day and days in the week. A little Yogi Ferrell significant signatures coming out for the Dallas Mavericks. But eventually, Eagles Adrian Fanatic, I will get that card back because I got to send it in first. But eventually I'll get it back, I promise. I promise I will. But I figured I'd be seeing you more, man. We've been breaking all that Optic and Contenders. Like I kept thinking I was going to see you, and then you didn't pop up in chat. I thought you had forgotten about me. You were on the other night when we pulled the Carson Wentz out of black gold, weren't you? Or were you? I can't remember if you were or not. But that was a pretty sweet little hit, obviously. We've pulled some real nice stuff out of black gold lately. Hit the Jared Goff in there tonight. And the Carson was, couple breaks back. Not many breaks back. 2 or 3, maybe 4. Not very many. Andre Drummond to 299 press proof for the Pistons. Oh, you all right. Well, you come back and you let me know then. You'll have to just check in with me periodically and we'll see if I've gotten off my duff and gotten it sent in. And then, of course, however long it takes to get it back. Yes, for sure. In the meantime, you can come and hang out for other stuff too. You don't have to just come to check on that. I'm always happy to have you in chat hanging out. Oh no, you were in a car wreck? What happened? Well, obviously what happened is a car wreck. Why did I say that? Well, you say that it was a bad accident and you've been in the hospital. I am so sorry to hear that. Are you still in the hospital? You out now? Hopefully on the mend. There's so many cards in this. Every time I break something like this that has this many cards in it and I spend maybe, I don't know, a day short of 4,000 years sorting it, I always think that I'm never going to do it again. And then I do. It's like the pain of childbirth, right? You don't do it again until you forget how painful it was the first time. That's how I feel about breaking cards, breaking stuff that has a lot of base cards in it. CJ McCollum to $2.99 for the Portland Trail Blazers. A drunk guy sideswiped you. Oh my gosh, you were in a coma for 3 weeks? Oh man. Eagles, I am sorry to hear that. Thank goodness you are discharged now and still with us. That is awful. Man, that sounds like that had the potential to be even worse. So I am sorry that you've had to go through that, but I am thankful that you survived it because it sounds like there's a possibility that you might not have. So I'm glad to hear that you're still with us. Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics, newly crowned. That is a relic, and why couldn't that have been signed is what we're all saying, particularly the person who has the Boston Celtics as their team. You spent a total of 2 months in the hospital. Wow. I hope that the drunk guy, here's the thing about the drunk people when they hit you. This is to 199 on the Chalmers for the Memphis Grizzlies. They say the drunk people hardly ever get seriously injured in accidents like that because they're so relaxed from being drunk that somehow or another they end up not getting hurt terribly badly a lot of the time. Which is, just crazy. And in this day and age, when it's not like you have to even get a cab. There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's cabs, there's friends, there's so many alternatives. Why in the world anybody would get in the car drunk is beyond me. But there you go. Obviously, some people still do. And then poor people like Eagles, Adrian Fanatic there have to pay the price when something happens. But I'm glad you're still with us, man. I'm sure you don't feel very, very lucky having had that happen to you. But it does sound like it was lucky that you walked away from it. Or not totally walked away from it, but you know what I mean. Al-Farouq Aminu, press proof for the Blazers. A little wishful thinking for the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so somebody asked me, I forget who now, one of you asked me a minute ago about, might have been Bryce, about optic contenders. There's another Lauri Markkanen rated rookie for you. And what other one did you ask me about? Oh, Select. And for sure, yes, I'm getting both of those. I'm not really quite sure yet how much of each one. I know how much I've requested, but they haven't finalized those yet. And you don't always get as much as you request. So we'll see how it shakes out. But for sure, I'll have several cases of both. And Contenders Optic is kind of an interesting setup in that they're doing it as a 20-box master case, which I don't even know why they call it a 20-box master case, because in it are 2 sealed 10-box cases. So basically, they're 10-box cases, so why don't you just call them 10-box cases and sell them that way, right? But no, they don't. They put the 2 10-box cases inside another box and then call it a 20-box case. It's basically so they can get more money, because they don't apparently like to sell their cases for under $80 million. It's not really under $80 million, but you know what I mean. I don't like the way Panini does a lot of their case quantity stuff, because they'll do it in weird amounts and strange configurations, and it all comes down to they have some kind of, nobody says this, but if you look at it, it seems like they have some kind of magic number in mind, and they don't want their case price to ever fall below a certain amount. So they do weird configurations and things to get to certain price points. Topps is much more straightforward. Most of their stuff is 12-box cases. There's some that aren't 12, but a lot of them are. And their case prices are pretty reasonable in relation to what Panini charges. But anyway, the moral of that story is that even if I ended up with only 3 cases, that's really 6 cases, because there's 2 10-box cases in each case that they sell us. So, well, I'm glad that you stopped in to say hi, Eagles Adrian. We will see you again next time. You take care of yourself in the meantime. Paul, you are pulling some stuff, man. You are doing all right. You got the Brooke Lopez auto, as you say, and then you've had a few Larry Markkinen rated rookies and such go by. So you're rolling in pretty good here. Bryce, I see you're typing in there, good luck to the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow. I think that's going to be the better game of the two. I'm looking more forward to watching the Eagles game, the Eagles-Vikings, than I am the Jags-Patriots. I think Eagles-Vikings is going to be interesting. I think it'll be a fairly close game. And I'm not sure about, I don't really know that it's going to be very high scoring, though, because both teams have a pretty good defensive unit. And, of course, neither team with the quarterback they started out the year with, although obviously Case has played most of the season for the Vikings since Sam Bradford went down with the knee pretty early on. Whereas, of course, Nick Foles has just had a few little weeks with the Eagles since Carson got hurt. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a terribly high-scoring affair. I think the defensive effort is probably going to count the most in that game. But I think it's going to be the most entertaining to watch. That's my prediction anyway. MJM177, you are asking me if there have been any Mavericks. There is for sure a Yogi Ferrell significant signatures, and I am not sure beyond that, but definitely there is that. There's another Larry Markkinen rated rookie for you, for your Bulls, Paul. But we will recap. We will recap the signature and relic hits at the end of the break, MJM. But there is a Yogi Ferrell, that much is certain. And aren't you all proud of me for remembering that? I hardly ever remember what the hits are as we go along, like maybe 1 out of every 20. But I remembered that one. So happy. Oh yeah, there's definitely been some Dennis Smith Jr. rated rookies for sure. There have been those, but I was thinking more like relic and signature hits. But yeah, you've definitely had some rated rookie Dennis Smith Jr.'s. This is 299 press proof Tony Bradley for the Utah Jazz. Oh, well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. That is always nice to hear. Or to read, as the case may be. Since I can't hear you, I can only read what you guys say, but there's another Dennis Smith rated rookie, as a matter of fact. This one, 249 for the Raptors. We pulled a couple of Pascal numbered cards out of here along the way. This is, of course, box 4 of 5, if anybody's counting. I kind of lose count sometimes, but this one, oh, nice, nice, nice for the Magic. Wesley Awundu or something kind of like that, because we all know I butchered the names. Nice little on-card auto for the Magic. Was that, I'm trying to remember if that was, I think that's one of the teams that, yeah, that's one of the teams you picked up that didn't sell. Isn't that right? I think you did. I think that's one of yours. I don't have the list like right in front of me, Jimmy, but I think that is one of the ones you picked up in of the unsold team. So that kind of helps you out a little bit too. J.R. Smith to 299, Cleveland Cavaliers. Whoops, I accidentally hit the wrong thing on my chat. Sorry. Jimmy must have wandered off because I think he would have weighed in if he's still on. So he's wandered off somewhere. He's gone to walk the dog, get a snack, watch the game, go to sleep. I don't know, something. It is getting late. It would be about some bedtime, and for a lot of people, I imagine we are approaching midnight, aren't we? Now that you mention it. Oops, there's another Markkanen. Mr. Frank Kaminsky for the Hornets. Swatch Kings. So what's going to happen with the Hornets? I mean, they're trying to trade kind of everybody away. Not everybody, but everybody good. They're trying to trade Kemba Walker, which I was really surprised to hear about. And apparently so was Kemba Walker. Surprised to hear that they were thinking of trading him. And then MKG and who else? Besides Kemba, MKG, there was another couple players. I forget who. This is to 299 on Steven Adams for the Thunder. So I guess they just want to go into full-on rebuild down there in Charlotte. I mean, why else would you trade those guys? But that's what it sounds like. But I felt bad, right? Because, I mean, Kemba Walker's like, I don't want to be traded. It's like, I like it here. I don't want to have to be traded. So I think that's got to be hard as a professional athlete, especially in the early years until you get your first shot at free agency where you have some say in where you're going to go. Up until that point in time, I mean, that's got to be kind of tough. You have no control over where you're working, essentially, and they can just kind of shoot you down the road anytime that they want. Then again, I guess if I were making multiple millions of dollars per year, I could probably figure out a way to live with that. I suppose it's all part of it. Trade-offs for everything, right? Nothing's perfect. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you that they need some work on their roster. Oh, Dwight Howard. That's the other one they've got up. It was Dwight Howard and Kemba Walker, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. There might still be one more. But I don't disagree with you that they need to rethink their roster a little bit. I'm just surprised at a couple of the pieces that they're trying to trade. Of course, I was surprised when they brought in Dwight Howard. I didn't really understand that to begin with. But even if you're going to rebuild, I would still think you would need some veteran presence like Kemba, and it just seems he's the cornerstone of the franchise. I'm just shocked, really, that they're trading him. But go figure. All right, Paul's putting it out in the universe with some force here, okay? Saying that he wants a next day signature Markkanen. So we're going to see if the card breaking gods will deliver a next day signature for Markkanen. Well, I know that Kemba Walker is maybe hasn't quite lived up to the initial expectations that were in place for him when he came into the league. However, he is still the face of the franchise for the Hornets, in my opinion. And he's certainly still a productive player. And I'm just kind of surprised that he would be on the chopping block. Some of the others I see, okay, like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, he's always been better defensively than he has been offensively. Even though his offensive game has improved, he's still ultimately a defensive player. And, of course, he's battled some injuries. And he's got a high-dollar contract that probably is weighing on their bottom line a little bit. So I get that. And I definitely get Dwight Howard, because, as I said, I don't know why they brought him in to begin with. So I can understand wanting to move Dwight Howard down the road also. The one that I don't get, really, is just Kemba. I just don't. But, of course, they haven't traded him yet, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes, I guess. Right now, I'm just hoping that the Pelicans can manage to keep Boogie Cousins and AD together, because I love that tandem, and those guys are both just playing lights out. They're both all-stars. They're complementing one another very well. Rondo's moving the ball well. I like the way they look down there in NOLA right now. And is there a rookie? Is Frank Jackson, is he playing yet? He's been out with an injury, and he was due back about any time, but I keep forgetting to look and see. Oh, I keep forgetting to look and see if he is back. Oh, holler to 99. How about a Dominator, Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks? Sticker auto, what appears to be a checkerboard pattern, and ba-boom. There it is for the Mavericks, who got a bargain of a price tonight anyway, and now walking off with a very, very nice Dennis Smith Jr. That was worth the wait. Yes, it was. Justin Jackson, Sacramento Kings to 299. And speaking of the Sacramento Kings, they're going to be interesting the rest of the year too, right? Because they've already come out and said, hey, we're basically going to put most of our starters on the bench for most of the time and get a look at our rookies and see how things shake out. So I think that's kind of front office speak for, yeah, we're going to go ahead and tank this year and get another good draft position for the upcoming draft, and then hope to heck that some of our rookies work out from the current group and then bring in some more. So, yeah, the Kings ought to be interesting for the rest of the year. And De'Aaron's figuring it out. I mean, he's been up and down. I'm not going to lie. He's not come in and just blown it away like I would have hoped. I mean, he is a UK guy. UK's my school, as you know. So I was hoping De'Aaron would just come in and blow it out of the water. But he's definitely, he's had some ups and downs. It's to be expected, but that's to 299 on for the Rockets. But I think long-term, De'Aaron's going to be fine there. Willie Cauley-Stein finally starting to come around a little bit in his third season. So that's good. Skal maybe regressed a little from last season, but frankly, he played better towards the end of last season than I expected him to. So it's not all a bad thing. I think the Kings have a lot of the pieces. They just are all young. They all need to learn and develop. And a lot of their veteran help is not great. I mean, that's just the only way to say it. A lot of the players that have been there longer than 4 or 5 years are just, not great. Or I should say who have been in the league more than 4 or 5 years. They're not terrible, obviously. But there's no superstar to pick the young kids up and put them on his back, So, but I do think the rest of their season will be quite entertaining. Then, of course, the matchup the other night between the Suns and Nuggets, I love that. You got Jamal Murray and Devin Booker just going right at each other all night long. This is to 199 press proof Enes Kanter when he was still Oklahoma City Thunder. And they came out with pretty much even stats. I think they were both 30 points. I think they were both 5 rebound games. I think somebody had more assists than the other. It might have been Book that had more than Jamal Murray, but they were pretty evenly matched. Frank Mason III, newly crowned materials hit for Sacramento Kings. But the Suns, man, bless their hearts, they just they've had a rough few years down there in Phoenix. I mean, it's, they need some help down there. I don't know from where. I mean, certainly they're making some good draft choices, but they need some additional help even beyond their draft choices, I think. They're another team that's young and could use a little steadying presence, for lack of a better way to put it, I think. Which, of course, you had Eric Bledsoe, but then he left. Well, they traded him, but only after he kind of forced their hand. So if you did not hear me say it earlier or see it on the spreadsheet when it went up, I am expecting, there's another marketing, that this is going to ship on or about Tuesday, give or take a day. Everything ships, all the cards ship, so it takes a while to sort it, but once we get that done, we'll get it on the way to you. So to recap, we have our Frank Mason relic for the Kings, our beautiful little hit here for the Mavericks to 99, who actually had themselves a fine break all the way around. This one, Dennis Smith Jr. And I say it was a fine break for them all the way around because let's go ahead and find the other Mavericks. Yeah, let's just look at all the Mavericks right at once. So besides the Dennis Smith Jr., you've got a nice little significant signature for Yogi Ferrell and a Jersey King for Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of hits for the Mavericks. Also, a lot of hits for the Kings. In fact, oh, maybe it wasn't. I thought there was another. I guess there wasn't. I was wrong. There's not a lot of hits for the Kings. Sorry. There was a hit that we looked at. Frank Kaminsky for the Hornets on that Swatch Kings. Wesley Owundu or something similar to that for the Magic. Nice on-card auto there. Jason Tatum makes an appearance for the Celtics. Newly crowned relic. Significant signatures. Robin Lopez for the Chicago Bulls. Swatch Kings. Oh, there is another King. I thought there was, and then I couldn't see it. Swatch Kings. George Hill for the Sacramento Kings. So they did have 2 hits. I was not totally crazy. And then Justin Patton, Dominator for the T-Wolves. That one is numbered to 10. It is number 2 of 10. Sticker auto. So that is it for this 4th of a case of Donruss basketball. And that's actually the last one for the night as well. That's our last break for this evening. So as you know, we have got a bunch of stuff coming up in the days ahead. So I'm hoping that I will see you for one of those breaks going forward. And there's another quick look at them. Just in case anybody's interested, there's one more quick little look at what's ahead. And of course, remember, for those of you who are specifically geared towards basketball, we do have the new release Chronicles basketball coming out on Wednesday, and we'll start breaking it on Wednesday night. So everybody, as always, I thank you so much for bidding with me and breaking with me, keeping me company in chat, keeping me in line, out of trouble, up to date on my scores, etc. Anyway, the short version of that is thank you. I appreciate you. I hope I will see you again the next time. In the meantime, you take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.